Mountain rescuers, has your boss ever specifically instructed you not to save someone? I was patrolling at a popular ski resort when I saw small bits of snow rolling and fresh debris at the bottom of certain slopes. I radioed the resort manager Blake to close the resort in case of an avalanche, but he said no. This was the biggest weekend of the year, and closing the resort would mean losing 1.2 million in one day. Blake, I'm not joking. These cracks weren't here yesterday. I tried to keep my voice steady. I don't care. My resort, my rules, he snapped. Sign off on your patrol report and get back to base. Mark it safe or I'll find someone who will. Maybe someone who actually wants to keep their mountain credentials. That's when the worst possible thing happened. My phone buzzed. It was my brother Tommy. Bringing Carmen up for her first black slope. Can't wait. I immediately texted back. Don't. Mountain is unstable. Take the bunny slopes. Lol, okay, mom. Blake just said conditions are perfect on the PA. Blake is wrong. You always do this. Carmen's so excited. Stop trying to scare us. I didn't sign the report. Screw Blake. I started skiing directly to the high-risk areas, setting up avalanche warning flags even though I didn't have authorization. That's when I heard the first whump. The entire slope had just settled an inch. Blake's voice crackled over the radio. Jake, get back to base. Now. I ignored him and kept placing warnings. A small slide released on the adjacent peak, maybe 50 tons of snow. People were starting to notice. A few skiers stopped, looking up at where the snow had fallen. Is that normal? I heard someone ask. Blake immediately got on the PA. Folks, that's just our morning grooming crew doing avalanche control. All part of keeping you safe. My phone exploded with texts from other volunteers. Temps spiked 10 degrees. Just saw a slab release on the north face. Blake won't let me report it. Another whoomph. Louder this time. Several people near me actually felt it. A woman grabbed her kid's hand. Let's go back down, honey. Blake on the PA again. Ladies and gentlemen, those settling sounds are completely normal. In fact, they mean the snow is stabilizing. Better conditions than ever at the summit. More families were leaving the slopes despite his announcement. I texted Tommy again. The mountain is literally falling apart. Please believe me. Stop being dramatic. Already in line for the summit lift. Blake sent security after me. His voice on the radio getting nastier. Jake, you're destroying our biggest weekend. You'll never work any mountain again. That's when another slide broke loose. Bigger this time. 100 tons, taking out trees. Blake, frantic now on the PA. That was a controlled detonation. We're making the mountain safer for you. Please continue enjoying your day. Now people were really noticing. The lift lines were getting shorter. Parents pulling their kids off the mountain. Blake switched tactics on the radio, trying to sound reasonable. Jake, think about the families who saved all year for this trip. That's when another slide hit. This one was visible from the base lodge. I could see people inside pointing through the windows. The lunch crowd was abandoning their tables, moving toward the exits. Blake got on the PA again. Desperation creeping in. Free drinks at all bars for the next hour. Please remain calm. These are controlled slides, but experienced skiers were already leaving. The gondola line to the summit was thinning out, except Tommy and Carmen were already on it, halfway up. Blake came on the radio, screaming now. Jake, I'm calling the police. You're committing terrorism. Terrorism. More slides. Constant small ones now, like the mountain was clearing its throat. I kept firing warning flares. Blake kept countering on the PA. Disregard the flares. A mentally unstable ex-employee is having an episode. That's when everyone heard it. The rumble wasn't subtle. It came from deep inside the mountain. Conversation stopped. Everyone turned toward Black Diamond. Oh crap, someone said. Oh crap, crap, crap. People started running, parents scooping up kids. Blake's voice shaking now. Please evacuate in an orderly. The mountain exploded. The entire face of Black Diamond broke loose at once. Through my binoculars, I saw Tommy and Carmen near the summit, tiny dots about to be swallowed. When the roar finally stopped, the silence was somehow worse. I was digging through the debris field when I heard the first moans. A teenage girl, half buried, her snowboard still attached to one foot. I pulled her free, and she immediately vomited. Her lips blue from the cold. My dad, she kept saying. My dad was right next to me. More survivors started calling out. Their voices came from everywhere and nowhere. I ran and continued searching, now for my brother and his wife. I found Carmen first, unconscious in a tree well. Her face was purple, but she had a pulse. Then Tommy's beacon led me to him, 6 feet under, completely buried. I dug like an animal, throwing snow behind me, my fingers torn through my gloves. When I finally reached him, his eyes were open, but unseeing. No breath, no pulse. I started CPR, pumping his chest while tasting my own tears. Other rescuers arrived, but I wouldn't let them take over. 3 minutes of CPR later, he coughed. Pink foam and blood came up, but he was breathing. The helicopters started arriving within 20 minutes. Paramedics were everywhere. I saw a father carrying his son's body. That's when Blake showed up. He was clean, untouched by snow, still wearing his office clothes and dress shoes, picking his way through the destruction like he was worried about getting his pants dirty. He walked straight to the first investigator he saw, some state police captain, and I heard him clear as day. This is my name's fault. He incited panic. If he hadn't interfered with our operations, everyone would have evacuated safely when I gave the order. Full story on channel linked below.